ఇష్టం ఒకటి కావాలా సార్ రెండు కావాలా వడ తీసుకురావాలా సార్ అయితే పని చేయి వడ వేస్తే వడతో పాటు ఇడ్లీ కుడతాయి లేదంటే మసాలా వస్తాయి ఏదైనా So we have the listening session now. Yeah, now let us see these points. So you hear a senior nurse, and she is giving feedback to a trainee after a training exercise. A senior nurse giving feedback to a trainee after a training nurse. So that's it. The trainee accepts that he failed to do something. Failed to do something. Okay. Failed to do something. He failed to do something. What is that do? To locate. To deal. To install. Okay, now let us see. CPR, the CPR board is common. So eliminate the common things. We don't need this. CPR board is not needed. This is not needed. Now what is important? Now is this. Correctly. This is important. Correctly is important. On his own is important. Quickly is important. So locate quickly. Fail to locate it means find. Okay, locate quickly. It's fine. So quickly. Deal on his own independently. This is quickly. This is independently. And this is correctly. Quickly, independently, and correctly. So go through this question a little bit. So you see there quickly, independently, and correctly. You have to see those things. So locate the board quickly enough. Okay. Right. This is quickly. You can think about this one. Quickly enough. Quickly. Correctly. So these are the words here. Quickly, correctly. So locate quickly. Deal independently. This is independently. So adverbs are very important now here. Adverbs are very important. Independently. Independently. Okay. So locate quickly. Deal independently. Install correctly. So locate quickly. Deal independently. And install correctly. These are the words you have to know now. Okay. You have to know these things. Right. Now, if you see very carefully, what are the important things? You have to notice what the important things are. So this is locate. Okay, locate quickly. Locate quickly. So that is important there. Locate. So locate quickly is the important thing. And then next one is a deal. How deal independently. Okay. So that is deal independently. So if you can analyze the words like this, it will be very easy for you. That's it. Okay. These are the words which are very important. Next, install correctly. So he's talking about installation here. Correct installation, you can say. So install correctly. So that's it. Now you have to know, locate quickly, deal independently, install correctly. Quickly means time. Independently means on his own. Correctly means not wrong. So he failed in speed or personally. He failed. We know that he failed. We know that he failed. That is quite clear. But failed in which thing? To do it independently, or to do it quickly in short time. Independently means without anybody's help. Install correctly means without any problem. So not correct, not incorrect, not incorrectly, it's correctly. So that's it. So this is how you have to identify. If you identify, then it will be easy for you. Yeah, that is the point. Which is important word and which is not important word, that you have to identify. If you can identify, then definitely it will be easy for you to understand. Not just taking. So that's it. So once you get this one, okay, once you get this one, now let us see. I'm going to play the audio. I am going to play the audio 78. Okay. 18. So this is the audio. Okay. So here there are three. The first one.
Occupational English Test. Practice Test 1. Listening Test.
This is first extract.
This test has 3 parts. In each part, you'll hear a number of different extracts. At the start of each extract, you'll hear this sound.
The agenda is the problems in the X-ray department. Nick, would you like to fill us in here?
Well, as you all know, this is a very busy department, so we have 4 X-ray machines in all, including one in the fracture and orthopedic clinic area. But recently, one of the other X-ray machines developed a fault, and so we had to apply for authorization for the purchase of a new tube for it. There's been some kind of hold-up with the paperwork, and while we've been waiting, patients are being brought into the fracture and orthopedic area for X-rays there instead. And of course, that's causing further congestion.
Question 27. You hear a senior nurse giving feedback to a trainee after a training exercise. Now read the question.
OK, that went quite well, didn't it? But it took you a while to work out where the CPR board was kept.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you about this scenario?
We need to check where things are before doing anything else.
Exactly. And of course, it takes a second or two to put the head of the bed down, because you've got to have that part of the bed flat before you slip the board in. I wish there was a quicker way.
So do I put the CPR board under, or would I normally hand it over to somebody else?
It makes no difference as long as it's done.
Question 28. You hear a trainee nurse asking his
So now here is the option. We have heard it. Now let us see. So question number 27. Question 027. So submit your answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and submit. You have to write A, B or C here. So Asha and Carolyn, you can write A, B or C here. Yeah. So I'm going to play the audio again. Check and confirm.
Senior colleague about the use of anti-embolism socks for a patient. Now read the question.
I noticed that Mrs. Jones isn't wearing the usual anti-embolism socks, but I didn't want to ask her why not because she was asleep. Is it because her legs are swollen?
Well, sometimes we don't recommend the socks if there's severe swelling with edema, but that's not the case here.
The agenda is the problems in the X-ray.
Question.
So next on the agenda is the problems in the X-ray department. Nick, would you like to fill us in here?
Well, as you all know, this is a very busy department, so we have 4 X-ray machines in all, including one in the fracture and orthopedic clinic area. But recently, one of the other X-ray machines developed a fault, and so we had to apply for authorization for the purchase of a new tube for it. There's been
Okay, that went quite well, didn't it? But it took you a while to work out where the CPR board was kept.
Yeah.
So, what does that tell you about this scenario?
We need to check where things are before doing anything else.
Exactly. And of course, it takes a second or two to put the head of the bed down, because you've got to have that part of the bed flat before you slip the board in. I wish there was a quicker way.
So, do I put the CPR board under, or would I normally hand it over to somebody else?
It makes no difference as long as it's done.
Question 28.
Okay. So that is the fine. You can submit your answer. Now let us see here. So we have, okay. Yeah. Now let us see the answer. Right. $25, $26, $27. Yeah. So the answer is 27. A. Locate the CPR board quickly. Enough. Locate the CPR board quickly enough. This is the answer. Locating. He could not find the CPR board quickly. So CPR board quickly. He could not locate the CPR board quickly. That's what he's telling. Now let us see how it goes. Yeah. So this is 25, 26, 27. Now let us see here. This is the audio. This is the audio. Okay. 180. Yes. That is enough. Here it is. So you see here, okay, that went quite well, didn't it? But it took a while to work out where the CPR board was kept. So what does that tell you about this scenario? Okay, that went quite well, didn't it? But it took you a while to work out where the CPR board was kept. So what does that tell you about this scenario? So we need to check where things are before doing anything else. Exactly. And of course, it takes a second or two to put the head of the bed down because you have got to have that part of the bed flat before you slip the board in. I wish there was a quicker way. So do I put the CPR board under or would I normally hand it over to somebody else? It makes no difference as long as it's done. So now you understand here. Okay, that went quite well, didn't it? But it took you a while to work out where the CPR board was kept. Yeah, where the CPR board was kept. So try to understand this. The lady is telling you everything went quite well. Everything went quite well. But it took you a while to work out where the CPR board was kept. So what does that tell you about this scenario? So he's telling that it took you a while to work out where the CPR board was kept. It means to identify. So now let us see here. So CPR board, identify means locate. So it took a while. It took you a while, means it took you a while, it took some time. It took you a while to work out means find out the location where the CPR board was kept. That is you have to understand here. So if you see, locate, identify, CPR board quickly means immediately. So it took a while, means immediately he did not find, she could not find out. She could not find out immediately. Now let us see there. So it took you a while. So sometime, that is the meaning. It took you a while. A while means some time. Sometime to work out. Okay. To work out means to find out. Okay. To find out. Where means the location. The CPR board was kept. Where it was kept. So that's it. Then he said, we need to check where things are. So we need to check where things are. That means where the CPR board is located. Before doing anything else, that is important. Before starting, we should know where it is. So he's accepting. Okay, he's accepting that. Is accepting that. That's very clear. Anju. So now, so do I put the CPR board under, or would I normally hand it over to somebody else? So now that is finished. So here he did not know where it is. So he's telling we need to check. So we need to know if there is need, necessary. So he's accepting that. Okay. Before doing anything else, first I should know where the CPR board is. That's what he's telling. Okay. So here is the answer in the beginning itself. Answer is in the beginning itself. We need to check where things are. That means, yeah, I agree. I don't know. So first I should know where the things are before I do anything else. So that means it took a while. So here, locate the CPR board quickly enough, fast enough, fast enough. But here he is telling it took a while. He was not fast enough. It took some time. A while means some time. You should know that a while means some time. It took some time to locate, to work out means to find out. It took some time to find out. Okay. Okay. So sometime, a while means some time. So it took some time. That means he could not find immediately, not immediately. So sometime means not quickly enough. It took some time means some time lapsed, not immediately. So it not quickly enough. This means not quickly enough. So he had problem. Now see here. So answer that he failed. Failed means not quickly enough. That is what it is. Sometime means not quickly enough. So he failed. So that is how you are going to identify. Right. Yes. Yeah. This is the point on the screen. You can notice that. You can notice that. Yes. So this is the point. This is the reason why people don't understand. People lose mark. This is the reason why people lose mark. So that went quite well, but didn't it? Yes, it went everything fine. But it took a while to work out where the CPR board was kept. CPR board was kept. It took a while. So to identify, okay, to work out means to find out. To work out means to know, to understand, to get an idea about. Okay, where the CPU board was kept. That means it was difficult for him to find. Immediately he could not find. It took a while. A while means what? A while means some time. So that you have to understand. If you don't understand this, you will lose this mark. So you have to be very careful. Okay. So now, so and of course, it takes a second or two to put the head of the bed down. So that is different thing. Fine. So now here itself the answer. Yes, we need to check. Yes, that is the meaning. We need to check. That means there is necessity to check, important to check where things are before doing anything else. Before we start doing anything, we have to first know where it is, where it is before. We need to know where things are, where is what, that you have to identify. Now let us see, this is the trap. This is the trap. Where? So that is what he is telling. Where? Where means what? Where means location. Where means location. That means locating is problem. You can see that. Now let us see. Where means location. Where means place. Where means location. So now you understand, I think, very clearly. So that is very, very essential. So if you can understand only, then you can find out the answer. Otherwise, you cannot find out this answer. Yeah. Let us see that. Let us see that. There. Where? Where is important? Where is important? Yeah. So where means location. Now you can see here. Okay. Now you can understand very clearly. So now the where means this is talking about location. This is talking, first one is talking about location. Okay, first one is talking about location. Okay, second one is deal. Deal means management. Management, you have to change the words like this. And second one, install means installation. So the problem with location, the problem with management, the problem with installation, that is what you have to find out. Yeah. So let us see there. So the problem with the location, okay. So this is location. Second one, this is management. Deal means manage. So manage means management or dealing, management. And this is installation. This is installation. Location, management, installation. So this is the location. This is the management. And this is the installation. So I hope you understand what it is talking about. So, fine. Where? The word is where. The word is where, right? Okay. Right. The word is where. If you understand that word where, it is very easy for you to find out the answer. Yes. Fine. Oh, sorry, I have to take the screenshot for this. Yeah. So I'll take the screenshot. Yes. Screen. Yeah. That's it. So hope you all understood this one. The keyword is where. Where means location. So where means location. You can see here where. I've already shown you. The word where is the keyword. We need to check where things are. Where things are. It took a while to work out where the CPU or board was kept. Where. This is important. Important. This is important. So this will help you. And we then he accepts. Not she tells, he accepts. Oh, he accepts, that's important. He accepts is important. So the trainee accepts, not the trainer tells, not the nurse tells. Trainee accepts, trainee accepts. So we have to see the trainee is telling where. This is important, not this way. This way. This trainee, this is telling. So now, because this is a very difficult question, you know that. It comes in the beginning itself. It comes in the beginning itself. So you have to know what is where. Okay, now let us see. Ravi Kiran, is that clear to you? Ravi Kiran.
Yes, sir.
Now you understand how to find out location means where. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
This is a very difficult question because it comes in the beginning and it is totally disguised. Next one, Divya.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Divya, is that clear to you now?
Yes, sir.
So the question location means where. You have to remember these things. So you have to write down some words, all of you. I'll tell you what words you have to write down. So they will be very useful. Yeah. Anvi Jacob. Hello, Anvi.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that
Good morning.
good morning? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I'm going to give you the keywords for these things. I'm going to give you the keywords for these things. Let us see. So the keywords. So like this, if you know these words, then only you can understand. Otherwise, you cannot understand. Okay. So the question words. Every time problems are related to the question words. Problems. Problems. Questions means 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 you have to remember that questions means they are problems, or you can say they are serious problems. They are serious problems. I gave a red, that's why. So what are they? Let us see. Number one. Number one is what. The most important one is what. The first word is what. Next one is what, when, or what, then who. What, what, who. What, who. Tell paradise. Manju, paradise. P-A-R-A-D. So what, who, next when, what, who, when, where, what, who, when, where, then why, then how, what, who, whom, What, who, whom, when, where, why, how. These are the 7 words. These are the 7 words. So what means okay, the thing. Who means the person, the actor. Okay, who means the actor. Who means the recipient, receiver. And when means the time. Where means many people don't want to attend this session, forget them. The location, now you understand why it is difficult. The location. Why means the reason. How means the manner. So, what means the thing? So these are the words which are very important. So, now let us see here. What? What means? Okay, first let me ask whether you are serious or not. If you are serious only, I'll give you. Okay. Now I want to ask you one question. This is a serious subject. This is a very important subject. It is in depth. Okay. In depth knowledge. So are you interested? Say yes or no first. Okay. Are you interested? Are you interested? At least 5 yeses I need. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's enough. Okay, we are moving forward. So because there is a lot more to learn. Okay. So here, the thing means you will get the noun. The noun. Okay. The noun. Normally it will be a material noun. Here, who means the actor? Who means the actor? This is also a noun. So the answer will be a noun. And here, whom also is a noun. Okay, the receiver is a noun. When means time. Time means, okay, yesterday, last month, on 22nd. This is also related to the noun. Okay, when, okay, yesterday, when, in the morning, when. So that is noun. Location. This is also noun. Okay, where, in the bank, where, in the office, where. Okay, so this is also noun. Next one, reason. Why? The reason. Why? Okay, so this is the explanation. Okay, it will come. It may be a noun or a verb. To play or for playing. Because the explanation will be there. The explanation will be there. Manner. Manner. Manner means the method. Manner means the method. Manner means the method. Okay. So This is an adjective. Adjective. Adjective comes here. Okay. How? The adjective. There are different types of how again. How much means adjective of quantity. How many? Adjective of number. So I'm going deep now. How many? How much? How much? If he says how much, then that is okay. The amount. This shows the quantity. Adjective only. The quantity. Then how many? How many? Yeah, how many? Here you will get the number. Okay. Then the number. Okay. So here you will get the figures. The figures. Next one. How long? How long means the distance. How long means the distance. Okay, the measurement. So these are the things which are very important. Okay.
Windows room window writing window కనిపించే రూమ్ నాకు కనిపించమంటారా ఓకే అదే విండోస్ బయట కనిపిస్తుంది
Yeah. So I gave you 10 points. 10 points. I'll give you the picture. Learn these things because these are very important. If you know this, it will be easy for you in the exam. So the question where you could not identify. That's why nobody gave the correct answer. Where? Where means the location. Means locate. Locating is the problem. Okay. So it is repeated. Answer and question will be repeated normally. So these are the helpers. These are the helpers. Now I'm asking you, do you think this will be useful for fast-paced comprehension? Okay, you will lose this mark if you don't know this. You will lose this mark because that is how it affected you. Now give an answer, yes or no. If it is useful, if you think that it is useful for fast answering, so you can say yes. If you think that it is not necessary, you say no. Okay, fine. Now I will play the audio once again. Yeah. So you will find out why you lost the mark. Yes, this is the question. This is the question. Now I'm playing the audio. Once again.
You hear a trainee nurse asking his senior colleague about the use of anti-embolism socks for a patient. Now read the question.
I noticed that Mrs. Jones isn't wearing the usual anti-embolism socks, but I didn't want to ask her why not because she was asleep. Is it because her legs are swollen?
Well,
The agenda is the problems in the X-ray department. Nick, would you like to fill us in here?
Well, as you all know, this is a very busy department.
Okay, that went quite well, didn't it? But it took you a while to work out where the CPR board was kept.
Yeah.
So, what does that tell you about this scenario?
We need to check where things are before doing anything else.
Exactly. And of course, it takes a second or two to put the head of the bed down, because you've got to have that part of the bed flat before you slip the board in. I wish there was a quicker way.
So, do I put the CPR board under, or would I normally hand it over to somebody else?
It makes no difference as long as it's done.
Question 28. You hear a trainee nurse asking his senior colleague about the use of anti-embolism socks for a patient. Now read the question.
Okay, that went quite well, didn't it? But it took you a while to work out where the CPR board was kept.
Yeah.
So, what does that tell you about this scenario?
We need to check where things are before doing anything else.
Exactly. And of course, it takes a second or two to put the head of the bed down, because you've got to have that part of the bed flat before you slip the board in. I wish there was a quicker way.
So, do I put the CPR board under, or would I normally hand it over to somebody else?
It makes no difference as long as it's done.
Question 28. You hear a trainee nurse asking his senior colleague about...
Yeah. So now I'm showing this one. Okay, that went quite well, didn't it?
the use of anti-embolism socks for a patient. Now read the question.
I noticed that Mrs. Jones isn't wearing the usual anti-embolism socks, but I didn't want to ask her why not because she was asleep. Is it because her legs are swollen?
Well, sometimes we don't recommend...
Question 27. You hear a senior nurse giving feedback to a trainee after a training exercise. Now read the question.
Okay, that went quite well, didn't it? But it took you a while to work out where the CPR board was kept.
Yeah.
So, what does that tell you about this scenario?
We need to check where things are before doing anything else.
Exactly. And of course, it takes a second or two to put the head of the bed down, because you've got to have that part of the bed flat before you slip the board in. I wish there was a quicker way.
So, do I put the CPR board under, or would I normally hand it over to somebody else?
It makes no difference as long as it's done.
Yeah. So that is it. See here, once again, I'm showing you. I'm showing you the important part. Okay, that went quite well. Means everything is fine, didn't it? But is, that means there is a problem. It went quite well. Went quite well. Everything is fine. But means except what? It took you a while. Means it took you some time to work out. Okay. Where the CPR board was kept. So you can understand that where means location. Where means location. This is the answer. Okay. But here it is not. But he should accept, no? So the male person is said. Then he is accepting here. Oh, yeah, that is the meaning. We need to check. We need to check. The word will be repeated. We need to check where we need to check where things are. So things means CPR board before doing anything else. So we need to check where things are. So we need to check where things are. Where? Now let me show you here how the relation is maintained properly. So where? Okay. Things means CPR board and other things, not only CPR board, anything. Okay, but is the problem? What is the problem? Okay. What is the problem? Before everything was well, but now there is a problem. So but shows a contrast. So when you hear the word but, you have to be ready. It took you a while. While means some time. To work out means to identify, means to find out, to locate. Locate, the meaning is to work out. To work out means to work out things, to find out, discover. Write down the synonyms. Write down the synonyms. Okay. Write down the synonyms. So this will be useful somewhere else. So better you learn them. Okay. So to work out. Okay. Locate. Location. So locate. The word is locate. Okay. Now here the word locate has many alternatives. Okay. So find out. To find out. To find out. To identify. Okay. Find out, to identify. So to locate. To locate means to find out, to identify, to understand. Okay. To know, to comprehend, to get an idea. Okay. To discover. Okay, these are some words. These are some words which you can use. So any word may come anywhere. So you have to be ready with that. Sorry. Right. So So these are the words. What do you mean by the word locate? These are some synonyms. Anyone they may ask. Anyone they may ask. No, Anusha. Please. So these are the words. Anyone you may hear there. So you should know the synonyms, what you are going to hear. Then only it will help you. Yeah. So the locate. The one word is locate. So which is the right answer? Which is the wrong answer? Is this right or is this wrong? Okay. So you have to find out. Now let us check. Okay. It took you a while to work out where the CPR board was kept. Okay, fine. See here. Locate. This is the answer. 27. It is locate. Yeah, that is the answer. So 27th answer is A. That is locate the CPR board quickly. Okay, enough. So that is the answer. So I hope, I believe that I have explained well. So thank you for hearing. This is a little tough question. It's not so easy. Right. Now we are moving to the next question. Yeah, here it is. So 180. Yeah. So this is the question. Okay. Fine. Now get ready with this. So go through this one. Yeah, I'm giving you 30 seconds or 1 minute. No problem. Study. We are learning. We are not going for the exam now. Okay, study the question. Yes, an announcement. Our student, Dr. Ankit Tukral, he got, what is the score? Show me. Is it there in the WhatsApp? He sent in WhatsApp, right? Oh, he's very fortunate. Huh? Very fortunate. Ask him to send the marks card. Okay. Good news. Ankit Tukral. Send it to me. Then forward it to me. Yes. Ankit. Ankit Tukral. Ankit the singer. Ask him to send it to, ask him to send the result to me or forward it to me. Okay. Good news. Very good. Happy. Right. Very happy. One result. Now let us see. I'm going to play this audio. Yeah.
Question 28. You hear a trainee nurse asking his senior colleague about the use of anti-embolism socks for a patient. Now read the question.
I noticed that Mrs. Jones isn't wearing the usual anti-embolism socks, but I didn't want to ask her why not because she was asleep. Is it because her legs are swollen?
Well, sometimes we don't recommend the socks if there's severe swelling with edema, but that's not the case here. Mrs. Jones was actually given them initially on admission last night, but she told us this morning that her lower legs were feeling numb. She described it as having no feeling. Until we've checked out the reason for that, for example, it could be an underlying condition which could damage her arterial circulation. We're reducing the risk of thrombosis by pharmacological means.
Oh, I see.
Question 29. You hear a vet talking about her involvement in
Right. Now what I want you to do is question 28. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, submit. Submit your answers. B, C, B. Okay. Many B's and one C. Many B's and one C. Okay. Now let us see here. You hear a trainee nurse. Okay. You hear a trainee nurse. Okay. Asking his senior colleague. So his senior colleague. Okay, that means the trainee nurse is a man and senior colleague is a woman. About the use of anti-embolism socks. So trainee nurse is a male person. So you can write here male. Male. Okay. And senior colleague is a female. You can understand. So you'll guess some things from here. So voice, it will be easy for you to identify now. Senior colleague is a female. So here, so senior male trainee nurse, male person will be asking female nurse. So let us see, starting this person, and female nurse will explain the use of anti-embolism socks for a patient. The patient isn't wearing the socks because. So here, the patient isn't wearing a socks. Wearing the socks. The patient isn't wearing. The patient isn't wearing red the socks. The patient isn't wearing the anti-embolism socks because is the danger. That's the question. Because means what you know now. You know now, I already told you. Because means what? Because means why. Why means the reason. I cannot give you all in one. There are still many more things. So now because. I'm going to give you the words for because. So next question is focusing on the cause. The cause. Okay. What are the words for the cause? Okay, it is because. Okay, it is because. And it is due to. Due to. Then it is owing to. Owing to. Therefore. Therefore, so. Hence. Since. Because due to, owing to, therefore, since. Hence. On account of. Okay, due to. Okay. I'm also giving some more here. Because means I'm giving some more words. Cause. Okay. Reason. Reason. Factor. It may be anything. Cause, reason, factor. Let us see like this. Cause, reason, and factor. Okay. So like this. Then due to, owing to, on account of, on account of. So like this, there will be many things. Okay. So you'll be hearing, okay, all these words. You'll be hearing all these words. The cause. So the word because. Because means why. Because means why. Another word, because means why. Because is the answer to the question why. Okay. Because is answer to the question why. Answer to the question why. Okay. Because means answer to the question why. Okay. Or okay. Or it may be like this. So what is the reason? What is the reason? Or why? Or you can also say in another form. Okay, you can also say in another form. In another form. how can you say? How can you say that? So this is also another. So there are many different ways of understanding. There are many different ways of saying. How can you say that? Means why? What is the reason? Like that. So these are some things. So let us take these examples and use them. So anytime question may come in any different angle. If you know all these things only, it will be easy for you. Okay. The words are synonymous or similar or opposites also may be there. The opposites also may be there. Okay. So now let us go to the question. Right. Isn't wearing, not wearing because. Why? Why? Because of arterial diseases. Arterial disease. Because of arterial disease. There is no sense, there is sensory loss. There is sensory loss. Okay. There is sensory loss. The legs are too swollen. The legs are too swollen. Okay. Right. So this is, try to understand what it is. She is suffering from arterial disease. There is sensory loss in her legs. Her legs are too swollen. So why is she not wearing? Why the patient isn't wearing the socks? The reason is a disease, sensation, or swelling. Two things. Why? Because of disease. Why? Because of disease. This is a disease. Why? Because of disease. Okay. This is because of sensation. No sensation. Okay. This is already problem. So this is no sensation. Sensory loss means no sensation. She cannot sense anything there. So this is swelling. So disease, sensation, and swelling. So why? The reason is, the reason for not wearing socks is, the reason is, the cause is, the factor is, owing to this disease, because of this disease. She has a disease, therefore she is not wearing. She has a disease, so she is not wearing. She has a disease, hence she is not wearing. Since she has a disease, she is not wearing. The answer may come in any different way. From which side the Bahubali is hitting the arrow, you don't know. So you have to be ready with everything. You have to be ready with everything. So disease, sensation, or swelling. So focus on these three words. Focus on these three words. Okay. If you focus on these three words, then only you can get it. I mean the answer. So these are the A, B, and C for you. A is disease, B is sensation, C is swelling. So zeroing in means coming short only to these things. Zeroing in means coming short only to these things. Okay. Now that is very clear. Now that is very clear. So is she suffering from a disease? That is why she is not wearing. Because means reason. So here you can say the reason. What is the reason? So the reason, R-E-A-S-O-N, reason is what? The reason is what? So you have to say the reason is what? The reason is disease, sensation, or swelling. So just coming to three words, you know, because means reason. What is the reason? Arterial disease, so disease. Sensory loss, so sensation is the problem. So question has a problem. So the problem is disease, the problem is sensation, no sensation, problem is swelling. Disease is positive, sorry, disease is negative, swelling is negative, sensation No sensation is negative. So you have to think about no sensation. So think about these things like this. Now I'll play you once again. Then you will know where you have lost it. So that next time you will not lose it.
Management of the practice where she works. Now read the question.
At first, when I took over the financial running of the practice, I felt rather thrown in at the deep end. I really needed to know my stuff and be super
Works.
Question
Now read the question.
28.
You hear a trainee nurse asking his senior colleague about the use of anti-embolism socks for a patient. Now read the question.
I noticed that Mrs. Jones isn't wearing the usual anti-embolism socks, but I didn't want to ask her why not because she was asleep. Is it because her legs are swollen?
Well, sometimes we don't recommend the socks if there's severe swelling with edema, but that's not the case here. Mrs. Jones was actually given them initially on admission last night, but she told us this morning that her lower legs were feeling numb. She described it as having no feeling. Until we've checked out the reason for that, for example, it could be an underlying condition which could damage her arterial circulation. We're reducing the risk of thrombosis by pharmacological means.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Now you have the second choice. The second choice with confidence. The second choice. If you want to change your choice, you can change. Just submit your answer. Second choice. If it is already right, right. Write the same thing again. Yeah. And those who have written wrong earlier, you can change. Very good. You are making me very happy by following my suggestion seriously. Now let us see the answer. Yeah. So now let us see the answer. So that is the answer. అందులో పోపించినావా అందులో నింపించినావా టైగర్ చాయ్ ఆల్రెడీ సరే ఓకే there is sensory loss, so that is the answer. There is sensory loss, that is the answer. Okay, fine. Right. Now let us okay. Yeah. Now let us take this. Okay. Actually, We can make it even more clearer. Thank you. We can make it even more clearer. How can we do it? Let us take this. Okay. So how can I copy this? Select. Okay. Okay. Copy. Right. Yeah. Yes. Now here is the screen. Here is the screen. Try to identify where you are going wrong. Because in the exam, you can be careful next time. So how to catch this answer? Okay. Because I don't want anybody to miss just because of this listening.
Some socks for a patient. Now read the question.
I noticed that Mrs. Jones isn't wearing the usual anti-embolism socks, but I didn't want to ask her why not because she was asleep. Is it because her legs are swollen?
Well, sometimes we don't recommend the socks if there's severe swelling with edema, but that's not the case here. Mrs. Jones was actually given them initially on admission last night, but she told us this morning that her lower legs were feeling numb. She described it as having no feeling. Until we've checked out the reason for that, for example, it could be an underlying condition which could damage her arterial circulation. We're reducing the risk of thrombosis by pharmacological means.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Now let us see here how the topic changes is very important. How the topic changes is very important. Right. Now let us see. Okay, get a clear picture. Now, well, sometimes we don't. So he's asking, why not? Because she was asleep. I noticed that Mrs. Jones isn't wearing the usual anti-embolism socks, but I didn't want to ask her why. Not because she was, why not? Because she was asleep. So she's asking her, the senior nurse, is it because her legs are swollen? Is it because her legs are swollen? Okay. Well, sometimes we don't recommend the socks if there is swelling with edema. So she's answering, but that is not the case. But that is not the case. Remember, but whenever but comes, there is something important to come. Whenever but comes, there is something more important to come. You have to remember. So, but I told you a number of times, these words are very important. But that is not the case. What is not the case? Swelling is not the case. He is ruling out swelling. Number one, swelling is gone. Swelling is gone. Now you have to be, is it because her legs are swollen? Then first she should say, no, not because swollen. So that's what she's telling you. Then only she can tell what is the reason. Mrs. Jones was actually given them initially on admission last night. But she told us this morning, she told us, means she informed. She told us. So that means she gave us the reason. She gave the reason that the reason is that means because. The reason is that means because. Why? Because her lower legs were feeling numb. Numb means no feeling. Have no feeling. So feeling numb, no feeling. That's very clear. You will not get the answer here. You should know the words. Number means, what is the meaning of number? What is the meaning of number? Okay, that's what it is. Okay. So until we have checked out the reason for that, for example, it can be an underlying condition which could damage her arterial circulation. Okay. So we'll reduce the risk of thrombosis by pharmacological means. Okay, that is different thing. So the reason she told us is, why is she not wearing? The reason she told is, the cause is numbness, having no feeling. Having no feeling. Feeling means what? Feeling the sensation of touch. Feeling the sensation of touch. So that is no sensation. No sensation. So legs, there is only one sensation in legs. You cannot taste, you cannot hear, you cannot see, or you cannot, what is that? Okay, only the one sensation is touch. Okay, only the sensation is touch. Okay, smell. You cannot smell with legs. You can, so that is only one sensation in the legs, that is sensation, that is touch. So touching is the sensation to touch. That feeling is missing. Okay, sense organs, 5 sense organs. So that touch sensation, she's not able to feel. So that whether it is there or not, she's not able to understand. So that is what it is. So she described it as having no feeling. No feeling. Feeling what? Feeling, okay, feeling something. Okay, no feeling at all. Numbness. Okay, there is no feeling. That is lack of sensation. You should understand that. That is very important. That is very important. Feeling. Okay, number. Feeling. Number means having no feeling. No feeling means feeling number. That's it. 2 places. The answer is repeated. Previously also the answer is repeated. Answer is repeated. They are trying to help you. But still you don't understand, means that is your problem, not their problem. 2 times the answer is given. 2 times the answer is given. Lower legs were feeling numb. She described it as having no feeling. So if you cannot catch here, you can catch here at least. So be careful. Yeah. Yes. So that is the explanation. Okay. That's the explanation. Reason. Because. Okay. So that is it. That is the reason. The reason is because. The reason is because. The reason is because. Next it between the in my vision. So that is it. So fine. Yeah. Now I'm asking you one question here. Was the explanation beneficial? So that is not my question. Okay. Next question is, to what extent? Because if you tell me, then only I can 0 to 100. How much percent benefit you got from this? Is it 0% or 10% or 20%? How much percent? My lectures, I know it will not be much beneficial because it is time consuming. So frankly, tell me, So how much beneficial it was for you? Explanation. Yeah. How much beneficial was the session? Yeah. So now next question is, how many of you SIMPET, S capital letter. Yes, capital letter. Yes, capital. SIMPET 1969. Okay. It's a HA also you put it with it. But at 1969. Capital SIMPET at 1969. Internet router dictionary. Router dictionary. So now that is it. So how many of you are interested for the reading session? Yes. How many of you are interested for the reading session? Type your names. Just type your names, first name and second name. Type your first name and second name. Check all these people who are interested, then send them like Sonia, Josh, whoever it is. Okay. So all of you write your first name and second name, please. Jessica, second name. Yes. So we are going to send the next link. Okay. So wait, I will send you the link. Okay. Wow, this fellow got the result. Who is that? Sangeeta Lima. Sangeeta Lima got the result. And she put the mark also here. Very good. Very good. Another result. Another result. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. Yes, 350, 350, 350, 370. Wow, another result. Why don't you make a with the picture and everything and post it? Okay. Chai. Faster, Chai. Make chocolate is fine. The chocolate is fine. Okay. Check it out. Manju, we can prepare for this card. Okay. Sangeeta Lima, husband. This is no, this is Ankit Tukrala. So he's telling his wife, so someone is 70. I don't know. That is different. This is different. Okay. Ankit Tukrala only. So she's this only prepare and send. I don't know who else wrote the exam. Just will check it out. Okay, fine. I'm sending the link. Have a nice day.